Welcome to the University of Oregon's 2015 Commencement Ceremony. Please join me in welcoming Peter Hollens.
Everything you're about to hear is made by the human voice and mouth. And some claps. Hi everyone. I'm waiting for a Wi-Fi signal, so as that happens. Faculty, parents, friends, and members of the graduating class of 2015. I am honored, truly, to be here with you today. I wasn't able to attend my own UO graduation because of a family illness, so being here with you is the next best way to experience graduating as a duck. I am here to tell you my story about never getting Wi-Fi and let you know that the possibilities for you in this world are as limitless as your imagination allows them to be. My hope is you will all leave here inspired and ready to take on the world. That you'll choose to pay attention to that impulse you thought was impossible or too ambitious, and go after it with every fiber of your being. But of course, I have learned, as you will, that dreams have to be accompanied by an unbelievable amount of hard work and follow-through. So a little about me. I consider Eugene and the University of Oregon my home. I grew up in the small town of Ashland, Oregon, an awkward, dorky kid that everyone picked on. I was an introvert. I struggled to keep friends and to keep up with schoolwork. And once you're labeled an outcast in a small town, it has a way of sticking with you until you finally find a way to leave it behind. The University of Oregon gave me the fresh start that I desperately needed. It is where I found multiple loves in my life. I found my wife, Evan Hollens, as she was singing with the women's a cappella group, Davisi. She's the cute one right there in front. I also developed an intense and passionate love for feathered waterfowl with webbed feet. And I found my love for a cappella music. I was a voice major at the School of Music, and I wanted to sing with an a cappella group. I discovered many like-minded students and eventually co-founded the University of Oregon's first a cappella group, On the Rocks. I bet some of you guys have heard them sing. We went on to place in the top 3 2 years in a row in the International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella. And without the support of the university, and especially the late, great president, Dave Frohnmeyer, who let us have rehearsals weekly at his home, a cappella at the University of Oregon may never have developed into the institution it has become. Through that group, I really began to find myself. We performed week after week right outside the EMU, where Evan and I were married. Right where we met, kind of cute. And it gives me the most profound pleasure to know that On the Rocks is still performing regularly on campus 15 years later. I come and hear them perform from time to time, and I still produce their CDs. The university gave me the chance to start a new life, different from my small-town existence in Ashland. I was able to grow from an introvert to someone who was much more confident and outgoing, sharing my love for singing week after week. Now, I was not the best student, not in high school, not in college, and I dare say that I wouldn't have ever graduated from the University of Oregon if it wasn't for a little voice, one that my mother planted in my head early in my life that repeatedly told me that I would graduate from college, that I would graduate from college. How many of your parents did the same thing to you guys growing up? Well, it worked. Because graduating from college is no small feat, and I sincerely congratulate you all for doing so. Well done. You guys are awesome. You might be wondering, who in the world is this guy? I'm pretty sure the university intended to bring in a movie star today. But instead, you got an a cappella singer. Kind of the short end of the stick. I'm just a guy who thinks he can change the world. And I believe that each one of you has the ability to do so too. Probably the most interesting thing about me is that I make a living creating a cappella videos on YouTube. That means my music is created without instruments using just this thing. Pretty dorky, huh? Or awesome. So, yeah. I decided early on, while still working a part-time job down on Franklin as a pasta boy, that I was eventually going to earn every penny from making music. For 10 years now, I have made that vow a reality. I just made the decision to go for it, and I didn't have a plan B. I took the money I had saved to pursue my master's degree, and with it, I started my own small business. I purchased equipment to create a home recording studio and became a self-taught recording engineer and producer. I began recording college a cappella groups as my primary income source, but after performing on NBC's The Sing-Off with On the Rocks, I realized it was time to turn the mic on myself. I started uploading videos, began gaining traction, found an audience, and now, several years later, after creating and fostering a community online, I have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, hundreds of thousands of followers on my social media, and as of last July, a Sony recording contract. You don't need to do that for me, but thank you. I make my entire living singing, recording, and producing my own music. Along the way, I accidentally started my own digital media company, fell in love with the biz dev side of things, and am now advising startup companies that specialize in helping artists create for a living. I also spend many hours a week advising my peers and trying to educate them through the dark and murky waters of the music industry. Yep, that same dorky kid from Ashland. Like many industries, the music world is going through a drastic change. In this industry, you must constantly reinvent yourself to stay current. And as a dad in his 30s who sings a cappella, trust me, that is a huge feat. To succeed in the music industry, one must embrace innovation and technology and all the opportunities they bring. I believe this goes for virtually any job you see yourself creating or profession you see yourself entering. Many musicians consider other artists their competitors and rivals, but that never made much sense to me. I think of other artists as my peers, and I want them to succeed as much as I want to succeed myself. I want to lift them up in the process and raise the entire ecosystem. The more we treat one another in this way, the more we will reap the rewards of a new friend or relationship and someone who may want to help us in return. I honestly believe that the best way to achieve success in any profession is to help build up every aspect and individual involved in that profession. I believe that in most cases, nurturing a collaborative environment will create more opportunities for us all, rather than pitting us against each other in a competitive one. Because after all, opportunity is what all of us really want. Okay, I know, we're not going to get Apple and Google to start working together on the next self-driving car, but imagine if we could. How amazing would that be? It would be the best collaborative project ever. It would be just awesome. I'm a geek. So where do I start? Some of my colleagues ask. The simplest answer is to just begin. Try. If you don't try, you will automatically fail. And what's worse, you'll learn nothing. Most people think something to death. Yes, it's good to dream it, but then do it. There's an infinite number of possibilities for you to create for yourself now, today, with no one to stop you but your own inertia. I encourage you to experiment and follow your most passionate instincts. Screw that. I demand it. You aren't here on earth to just go through the motions. If you love doing something, go after it. And go after it with every part of your being. A quote from the great American author and teacher Joseph Campbell. As you go the way of life, you will see a great chasm. Jump. It is not as wide as you think. I say stay up until 5 a.m. night after night if you need to. As soon as you see a door close, go around it. Bypass anyone who says you can't accomplish your goal. Many times the only reason you will succeed is because you didn't give up and someone else did. Everyone has dreams, but to succeed, it's all about execution. It's about being a doer. You don't need to be the best, but you sure as hell need to work the hardest. I love to surround myself with people who are driven and much more intelligent than I am, which is why I feel so good standing in this arena with all of you. There has never been a better time to graduate and embark into the world. At no other time in history has it been easier to create your own business and become an entrepreneur and to network with virtually anyone in the entire world. We are now able to crowdsource ideas in seconds from social media or get the answer for any question we want by simply using Google or asking our phone. When is the first University of Oregon football game?
The Oregon Eastern Washington game is September 5th, 2015 at 5 p.m.
Yeah, and we're going to spank them, so. Just as I've seen it alter the music world, technology will drastically alter virtually every profession in the workforce. If you want to be one of the people leading the charge, you must choose to constantly innovate and stay up to date with the newest technology. I'm going to deem you the class of innovators, whether you like it or not. You will innovate because you will be forced to, but you will succeed if you are ahead of the curve and thrive in doing so. Innovation. To succeed, you must embrace that word. The definition from Google: make changes in something established, especially by introducing new methods, ideas, or products. I believe to innovate means you are constantly learning. You are constantly looking to better yourself or your career path, basically to treat yourself like a Silicon Valley startup. Technology is bringing us closer and closer together. The way we represent ourselves in the digital world will be just as important as the way we represent our physical self. Please, please, clean up your profiles and present yourself online in the same manner that you would at a job interview. Please. I beg of you, I get enormous opportunities all the time, only because of my digital brand and resume. And the more the world continues to become this enormous, connected think tank, the more vital it is to represent yourself as professionally and as genuinely as possible. So do it. No more kickstand party pics, and for the love of God, stop with all of those selfies. I mean, why would you ever take a selfie? Except for if you're giving the commencement speech and this is really cool. Stop counting the likes. You can't judge yourself or anyone else based on likes and comments. If I took to heart all of these negative comments, I could not get out of bed. I mean, douche nugget? What? All right, you can turn that off now. I don't want to start crying. So start counting the moments that are in front of you, because ultimately, your life is made up of these moments. You don't have to be famous. You just have to make your loved ones proud of you. And guess what? You already have. Right? Learning to leap at opportunities has been by far the biggest key to whatever success I've had. There is no straight path from where you are today to where you are going. Many of you will have multiple different professions, not just jobs, but actual professions in your lifetime. Some that don't exist, and we haven't even imagined yet. Make your decisions in life based on love instead of fear. So many of us have chosen paths in life because of money. Let money be the byproduct of following your passion. And please, let me be living proof. If this 35-year-old father can attract millions of followers and make a living making strange sounds into a microphone while standing in his garage, in his underwear, then you can do just about anything you want. And if there's one thing I truly want to leave with you today, it's www.youtube.com/Peter Hollens. Don't forget, it's important, super important. I thought I was just going to come sing today. I don't know why I'm talking. So take a leap, create your own path, and maybe you'll be as fortunate as I have been to find a home. And remember, no matter where you go, once a duck, always a duck.